You are now listening to
Ombudsman Radio.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Investigative Titbits. It's a show you don't want to miss. This is another edition and I'm so excited because we have someone who has spoken before, who is so intelligent and from, of course, the Public Complaints Commission. Alright, so for those joining us for the first time, I want you to know that Investigative Tidbits is a compelling show that probes into the significance of the work of the Public Complaints Commission in addressing grievances and resolved cases of administrative injustice. I'm sure you really want to know more about this. So just sit back and relax because we're going to dive into the nitty-gritty of Nigeria's most pressing issues on this show. Alright, so buckle up because on this wonderful show, you just want not to miss it. Alright, we'll be going on a very short break and when we'll come back, we will dive right into the show and of course, we're going to introduce our guest. And of course, we'll need your contributions on our social media platforms. So don't forget to stay with us. Thank you.
The Commission has the following specific and core mandates. Mandates to investigate and conduct researches in ministries, departments and agencies, companies and officials of these bodies. The Commission is mandated to have access to all information. It also has the mandate to make public its reports. The Commission is mandated to interpret policy and advise government and companies. It also has the mandate to investigate administrative procedures of any court of law in Nigeria.
Alright, you've just listened to the mandate of the Public Complaints Commission. And into our show today, we would want you to know that the Public Complaints Commission is a machinery for the control of administrative excesses. And it's also an organ of the government set up to redress complaints lodged by aggrieved citizens of Nigeria. I am your host, Miracle Obi. In the studio, we have no other person than Mr. Okoro Anicho. You're welcome, sir.
Good morning, listeners.
All right, so we have interesting cases for today. And in case you are experiencing any of these or you find yourself in this situation, come on, you know where to go to. Just come straight to any Public Complaints Commission's office, the state or area office around your vicinity and lay your complaints and I'm sure you would get justice. All right, so diving down to our case one, we have complainants on alleged non-payment of gratuity. It's quite an interesting case. I will read out the case and then we'll continue with our chat. Okay, the commission received a complaint from one Alhaji M.A. a few months ago and above subject matter. The complainant alleged that he was not paid his gratuity by Trust Fund PFA since after his retirement. The complainant also alleged that he made several efforts to see that his gratuity was paid. These include submitting his account details, newspaper publication, national identity card, and other relevant documents to the Trust Fund Pension Administration, that's the PFA, but to no avail. Not satisfied with the way the issue was handled by the Trust Fund Pension, the complainant decided to forward the case to the Commission. That's the Public Complaints Commission. On receipt of the complaint, an investigation officer, just like Mr. Okoro right here, was detailed to follow up the case. The officer contacted the complainant and the respondent for a possible resolution of this matter, and this yielded the desired results. The complainant subsequently informed the commission that due to its prompt intervention, his gratuity had been paid. He wrote an appreciation letter to thank the commission for a job well done. With this, the case was put to rest, having been successfully concluded. It's quite an interesting case, and then I'm sure there are thousands of persons in Nigeria that actually have this same issue.
Millions of them.
Okay, he said millions, not even thousands.
Not even thousands.
All right, so there are millions of Nigerians out there.
Yeah.
And if you find yourself in this situation, you know what to do. Just come straight to the Public Complaints Commission. So, Mr. Okoro, I'm going to be asking, the complaint alleged by... the complainant alleged that he had submitted several documents to the Trust Fund Pension Administration but received no response. Could you tell us how the commission ensured that his concern was finally addressed?
Thank you very much. This is a very simple matter. When you look at the prayer of the petitioner, his prayer was that his pension was not paid to him, not even the gratuity. Are you getting the point?
Exactly.
His pension was not paid to him, not even the gratuity, because even in the new Pension Act, the gratuity is seen as the lump sum, and the accumulated gratuity from 2004 down, we look at it as the bond. Then from 2004 up, we see it as a new pension reform introduced into the system to help and make public servants contributors to that very scheme. Now, in this man's case, when he submitted the document, because he's talking about his pensions, not even gratuity, meaning that they have processed his papers and he has started taking gratuity, or that he has not even taken his gratuity, or he is interested in his pension. Now, in this case, what the commission did was to ask him to formally put the position straight. If you look at the case file, the young man just, people will just write a certain petition without attaching relevant documents because he was asked to submit documents upon documents.
Yes.
As a retiree, there are certain things you need to know. You need to know whom your PFA is. You need to know your custodian. If you know these two people, you need to always validate your pension statutes. This is what they need, because the world is going digital. PTAD has, that is Pension Transition Arrangement Directorate, has rolled out certain platforms where you need to complete a lot of things, because going from one state to the other for verification is problematic for the organization now because of cash squeeze. The young man did not do what he was supposed to do, even prior to his retirement, because he's supposed to have started processing his documents before he retired. And upon retirement, he's supposed to start receiving his pension. Now he waited after he had retired. He now started talking about his pension. Personally, when you look at that matter critically, you will understand that he did not do what he was supposed to do
early enough.
Then he ran to the Public Complaints Commission that his pension is yet to start flowing. Now, if you look at the mandate of the commission to assess information, any agency can be requested for one information or the other, because that very section 53C empower the act, the commission, to assess information from any agency of government or corporate organizations, so long as it involves investigation of one allegation or the other. Now, in his own case, because the commission is saddled with that responsibility to get information, we had to reach out to his pension fund administrator, the PFA. And because he did not do what he was supposed to do, the PFA demanded for some relevant documents to commence the processing of his retirement benefit. Now, when those documents were supplied, they commenced the processing. And before you know it, the gratuity was paid. The pension was paid. And he was happy. Now, the point there is that the commission is in a better position to handle matters involving individuals and their agencies, because if the complainant made effort on his own idea of what to do, but his efforts were futile because he was unable to achieve any success. But when the commission steps into any matter, the commission turns the tide, and the commission will always want the organization to do the right thing. That was why I always say that the presence of the commission improves the standard behavior of public office holders. It may be that he went to pension, to his PFA, and they were tossing him around. Nobody wants to listen to him. But immediately the commission stepped in, all of them were kept on their toes to do the needful, because they know what to do and they refuse to do it. And the complainant they cashed into the situation because the complainant did not do what he is supposed to do. They cannot supply those documents or get those documents, and the complainant is aware that he's supposed to process all those documents. So when the commission stepped into the matter, everything changed. The pension was processed, and he started receiving pension. That gladdened his heart.
All right. So thank you so much, sir. At least we now understand how the commission ensured that this young man, his case was finally addressed. I would also want to ask, the commission stepped in because while reading the case, it stated that the commission stepped in promptly. So how did this prompt intervention contribute to the successful payment of the complainant's gratuity? Because we know the commission stepped in promptly, and immediately the commission stepped in, as you said, the story turned around, the case turned around. So how did that?
Yes, you know that the commission always work to ensure that there is fairness on the part of the complainant and on the part of the respondent. So what the commission did was just to carry out a preliminary study or investigation of the matter. And from that point, the commission entered into correspondence with the respondents to ascertain the veracity or otherwise of the matter. Now, the organization now informed the commission that so documents were not provided by the complainant, and the complainant was communicated accordingly. But the most important thing is just to establish the veracity of the matter. Whether the complainant is telling the commission the right thing, or whether he's telling the commission lies, because in some cases the commission will not the complainant will not tell you the real position of the matter.
That's true.
They will want to curry favor.
That's very true.
But immediately the essence of carrying out preliminary investigation is just to ascertain whether it falls within the purview of the commission. Now, the next step is correspondence approach. We will now determine whether what the complainant is saying is true or false.
Okay.
So now, the assertion of the complainant is true. The next thing was to know the reason why the agency refused to process his pension. The agency gave reasons that this man did not submit the needed documents, and of course,
on time.
Not only on time, he did not submit the relevant documents. Now we ask the complainant, bring so documents, this one, and the other one. When he sent the documents to the commission forwarded them to the respondent, who now used the information on those documents to process his pension. That was what happened.
Just to cut you short, I know most of our cases, there's always this case chart. The commission always have a case chart. Are there specific complaints that would require a case chart? Because in this complaint, in this case, there was nothing like that. So let us know if there are certain kind of complaint that would always require a case chart.
Yes. More especially when there is a lacuna that needs the presence of both parties.
Okay.
So that you can be able to harness the gray areas that will now enable you to resolve the matter. Definitely, the commission believes so much in a win-win scenario. You understand?
Yes, sir.
So when they look at it, both parties will be there. And for instance, there was a particular one we handled. The complainant alleged that he was not paid certain benefits. Now, the organization said, how will they pay him such benefits he's claiming? That it is not in the contractual agreement they had with him. So we now ask the complainant who lodged the complaint to bring the employment terms and agreement. He brought it. It was read out clearly.
And it wasn't there.
It wasn't there.
Oh.
We now, even the complainant and his lawyer, in fact, that alone made the complainant to, started behave. In fact, to behave abnormally, because it is not when you bring a matter, definitely it will go to your favor. There are certain extant rules and regulations which are taken into consideration before determining a matter. If you have an understanding with somebody for something, definitely that understanding is binding.
That's true.
Is binding. So you cannot deviate because Mr. B is getting this benefit in the same organization. You should have bargained
exactly
for it instead of reporting the organization. It is not within the terms of your agreement. So, but from your question, in that issue, there was a case chart. A case chart is a situation where a case is thorny and there is the need for both parties to be there,
to be present,
so that it will be discussed and everything will be glaring. The complainant will see where he erred, the respondent the same thing, and at the end of the day, we must strike a balance. In fact, at the end of the day, we struck a balance in that matter, because we now said, since you employed him, he's entitled to this, and you did not pay him. He's entitled to this, you not pay him. After making the payment of these two items we have discovered, within your conscience as a chief executive or the respondent, put yourself in that person's shoes. Understand his plight and do whatever that is needful. We plead to the conscience of the respondent, irrespective of the fact that the complainant petitioned against him. So when you now speak to him to convince him to consider and reconsider his actions, definitely, the man came back with a letter that he added some reasonable amount, substantial amount of money, because he considered the current economic crunch and there is nothing he can do. We now invited the complainant and asked him to take it as it is. And that is just, it doesn't mean you brought a case, you be the one that will win in the matter. No.
Exactly. So from this, we want everyone to actually understand that when you're bringing in or you're bringing up a complaint to the Public Complaints Commission, just be very sincere. Come with real information, not false information, because the investigative departments are on their toe to ensure that justice is served to the right person. All right. So,
if I may interject you a little,
okay.
We need to understand that the Public Complaints Commission, being a quasi court, always rely on the ADR mechanism, the alternative dispute resolution mechanism. And you when you come to the commission, you don't expect the commission to act in such a manner that you will be pleased.
But actually, many people when they come, they expect something like that. Once I come with a problem or with my complaint, the commission should just pick it up and...
Exactly, because if you look at the ADR mechanism, the conciliation process, the mediation process, conciliation is adversary. Mediation has some processes it will pass through. And at times, it may not favor the complainant. That is what baffles me so much, because the complainant will always want to be at the favored side, and the commission does not hold brief for anybody, the complainant or the respondent. The complainant will always look at the extant rules guiding that very incident, and then they will take their resolution or make their recommendation.
All right, so thank you so much. But let's go back to our case. Like we've just had a different case now. So going back to the case for today, what lesson can be learned from this case? And then also, how can citizens ensure that they receive their entitlement without facing similar challenges?
Yes, it's a very good one. You know, in the civil service, there is what we call pre-retirement leave.
Okay.
That pre-retirement leave gives you that opportunity to prepare your documents while you are still in office. You get those informations, start to interface with your PFA, and they will start processing anything they need. You know, when you are still in that place, it is very easy for you to access informations you need.
That's very true.
But when you don't feel like not working on it until you get retired, it will become a problem and a challenge. And secondly, when you are still within the period of your pre-retirement leave, you earn your salary. You have money to run around to do the needful. But most people seem to be careless, and they don't even think about, preparing themselves towards retirement, to ensure that while they are in office, they must have processed their retirement benefit, more especially their pension, 80%.
Before stepping out.
They will remain there. Immediately they retire, they will start to run helter-skelter and want that pension to be paid immediately. So I'm advising them, let them start on time to do their verification, process their documents, provide all necessary information needed by the PFA to enable them process his retirement benefits so that he can be paid on time.
Thank you very much. This is quite a very sensitive and important topic or a case. And then, as you have heard, if you are at your pre-retirement stage, just go ahead and then start the process early. Not when you have stepped out, you are coming back. It's going to be a bit difficult, very difficult.
Exactly.
And because of Nigerian system.
Factor.
Yes. So it's better you all start early enough. And I would want to ask, finally, what advice would you give to someone? Because I know there's someone who is listening to us right now, and the person is in, or these persons are in the same situation. What advice would you give to this person or these citizens or the people listening right now? with the same issue, what advice would you give to them?
I would tell them to be patient, because they are not the only ones queued up for processing of their pension benefit. And you know, if anything that has to do with pension, you need to be very, very careful.
Very careful.
Because it involves figures. And once you make mistake from the onset, that mistake will cause you more damage in the latter part of the processing of the document, because you are not the one you may be the one starting the process. Somebody elsewhere will be the person that will end the process. So that it does not create room for suspicion. So I'm advising them to make sure they always visit their PFA, interface with their desk officers to know what are needed, or to know when they should, do their verification. Nowadays verification is done periodically. From time to time, you do your verification. They will look at the information you've supplied, and if there is need to amend some, at that early stage you do the amendment. If there is the need not to do any amendment, you leave it. Some may need to change their phone number, some may need to change their next of kin. All those things are done earlier, not when you have gone far. It will now start creating suspicion in the process, because the person who started it is not the one that will finish the entire processing of your document. And meanwhile, so many people are lined up in the process. They do it as the documents comes up. So that is the advice I will give them.
All right.
Thank you.
So you have been advised, and we know that you would listen, or you have listened to this advice. And because we know that this is a common issue, when we come back, we'll be going on a very short break. And when we come back, we'll be taking another similar case, because we do not want to keep receiving this kind of cases. So we'll come back, we would settle on it, we'll dissect on it, but do not go anywhere. Just stay with us. We'll be right back.
Good morning, no. Now you are the great now.
What's good about the money? I beg, leave me.
Jenna fight. When you dey tie this girl, they go like this. Cause this squeeze face on top, like say you want go fight person. What thing they happen?
Amejiro, I don't tire.
For waiting now.
Amejiro, government don't owe me my pension for 50 years.
Yeah.
You know say I work.
I know.
You know say I work this
I
work.
know.
I don't miss anything. I work for government. Oh yeah, make government send to me my pension. Until today, they never sent to me my pension. See all the things I'm supposed to with that money. As they see me so. Now the office I they go.
Iyabuku, calm down. Iyabuku, I say make you calm down.
Okay.
Even myself, since 5 years ago, now I don't they drag for the only land where my husband live for me and all these children. Hey, brothers just they fight me left, right, center. Nowhere where I no carry the matter go. Sometimes they even break my leg. As I see say the matter fit no get head. That's why I just leave am for them. I go advise you, make you just leave this money for them. Make you not go wound yourself the way they do me,
Mama Ejiro, how you go to advise Iya Ibuku to leave the money that she has worked for several years? Iya Ibuku, no, make I tell you. You said you have been going to different places. They say come today, come tomorrow. That is because you don't know about PCC.
PCC.
Yes, now, Public Complaint Commission. That is the place you are supposed to go and get justice.
Justice?
You have been going to the wrong place now. You remember, even you.
Even me, they go listen to me.
They go listen to you. You remember my Oga, when he was owing me, I served him for several years. He was owing me. That is where I went to and complained, and they listened to me. Now, my Oga has settled me. I am a big boy. So the only advice I will give to the two both of you right now is to begin to go there. First come, first serve.
Don't do
Wait. You need to buy something.
I'm not bad.
To lodge a complaint, visit a public complaint commission present in any of the 36 states of the Federation, or visit our headquarters at number 25 Agui Ronsi Street, Maitama, Abuja. Or better still, call 097 000099. Public Complaint Commission. Justice for all.
All right, welcome back from that short break. And I saw Mr. Okoro also smiling and laughing at that playlet.
Exactly. Very
playlet has said
interesting.
a whole lot.
Very interesting.
Very interesting. What would you want to deduce from this playlet, sir?
If you look at the playlet is very, very simple, and it is passing a very sensitive information.
Sensitive information.
Sensitive information, because when you work, you're expected to get the dividend of the work you've done.
Exactly.
The lady worked, and she has not received her entitlement.
Exactly.
And at a certain point, due to frustration, she took a decision to abandon it. So somebody who is aware of the program, aware of the existence of the commission,
as the Public Complaints
Public Complaints Commission, now educated her. You see, that is where the mandate of the commission to give reports play a very important role. And if you look at the mandate to give report, this is also to inform the people of what the Public Complaints Commission is all about. It empowers the commissioner to inform the public of its investigation and resolution of complaints. Not only that, even to make the National Assembly to be aware of the functions of the Public Complaints Commission, while at the same time informing them of certain systemic reforms that is needed or that may require legislation. You understand? So when the information gets to the public, and you know that information is power, when it makes its reports public, it uses the mass media. The mass media is used by the commission more especially to garner publicity, so that people will be informed. Because if you don't have any information, you are just empty. Like a ibuku. She does not know about the Public Complaints Commission.
And she had been going everywhere.
And she has been moving from pillar to post.
She had tied her wrapper. She was ready to go.
Honestly. And she's tired of, running up and down, and took a decision to give up. So, in fact, that playlet is very, very sensitive and very important.
All right. So, thank you so much, Mr. Okoro. And for those who are just joining, this is the Investigative Titbits on the Breakfast Show. And as you know, it's a compelling program that probes into the significance of the work of the Public Complaints Commission in addressing grievances and resolved cases of administrative injustice. All right, so we're going to have our last case for the show before we draw the curtains. Complaints on alleged stoppage of monthly pension payment of federal share. Now, Malam S.Y., a former staff of the Institute of Health and Madu Benlo University, Zaria, 1971 to 1980, who transferred his services to Bauchi State Health Sector from 1980 to 1994. When he finally retired, forwarded his letter of complaint to the Commission on the 2nd of March 2020 on the above subject matter. The complainant alleged the following: 1. That his name was omitted from the federal pension share list with effect from April 2018 to date without any reason. Also, that his current Bauchi State pension share was 29,668 naira 70 kobo, while his federal pension share was 8,917 naira, as was last paid in March 2018. The complainant pleaded with the Commission to intervene so that his name would be reinstated to enable him to continue enjoying his federal pension of 8,917 naira, and also to request for the arrears of the period of omission to be paid. On receipt of the complaint, the Commission wrote to the Executive Secretary, Pension Transition Arrangement Directorate, PTAD, Headquarters, Abuja, on the matter. This intervention by the Commission was successful, as the complainant, full of joy and appreciation, contacted the Commission through the Director of Investigation and informed him of the restoration of his federal share of pension. On this note, the case was closed successfully. Mr. Okoro, as usual, can you give us an overview of this case so that our listeners would really understand what this case is?
Thank you very much. the matter on ground now can be looked at from two dimensions.
Okay.
The first one is that he served with a federal agency and later transferred his service to a state agency.
Exactly.
Now, after he had retired, his state pension was running, but the federal pension stopped running. We wrote to Petard, actually, because the matter fall within the purview of the commission. We wrote Petard to know why his pension was stopped. And certain revelations were made. The complainant did not regularize his verification. Because, Petard, the Pension Transition Arrangement Directorate, is saddled with that responsibility of verifying pensioners. More especially, they were established to complete the old pension scheme so that the new pension scheme will start running smoothly. So now, the complainant has a bond in the old pension scheme, and he has a stake also in the new pension scheme. So, for working in the federal agency, transferring his service to the state agency are two different things. The state has pension boards. The state government has its own pension boards for workers who worked and retired in the state ministries. The same thing is applicable to the federal. But what the complainant did not do was that he was verified. And after the verification, he did not do what we call I am alive in the new pension scheme. So that the Petard will know that he is still alive. So that his pension will continue running. His federal pension will continue to run. Because it is not easy moving from one state to the other to do verification for those who worked in the federal establishments. Now, Petard now opened a platform we call I Am Alive. And every pensioner is supposed to re-verify himself at the comfort of his home. At the comfort of his home. At least once in every 3 months. So, when you don't do it for at least once in 3 months, it is assumed that that pensioner is no longer alive. So, it now helped the Petard not to be going round, because the risk of going round, insecurity is on ground, and order and safety in the roads. So this helped a lot. It helped the Petard and also the pensioners, because you stay in the comfort of your home, use your phone, log into www.petard.gov.ng. When you log into that platform, it will a page will pop up where you now enter your verification number and your bank account. When you enter these documents, it takes you to another page where your photograph is needed. The cursor there, if it moves to the right direction, you move your face to the right. There. If it moves to the left direction, you move your face and be capturing it. And at the end of the day, it will still capture your fingerprint. The essence is just to ensure that the information being supplied is also the same information they are having. So after the exercise in the comfort of your home, you get an SMS of successful verification. When once this is done, the complainant will continue to receive his pension. But in the case of this complainant, he did not do that. He did not open the platform to tell. What you are telling the Petard is that I am still alive. so that your pension will continue to run. So that was the problem the complainant had. And the problem was resolved by the commission. That alone made him to become happy. Thank you.
This is really informative and educating.
Yes.
Because
most pensioners don't know.
Yes.
Was it yesterday? Somebody called me. That was the daughter of my auntie. Called me that her mother is crying. That her federal pension has stopped. I now ask her, did you people do your I'm alive? If you do that, there is no way her federal pension will stop. That she has not done it for the past 3 months.
Whoa.
That was why they stopped it. So that she will do it to enable them ascertain if she's still alive or not. Even if you call them on phone, it will not solve the problem. If you call their contact, their customer care, it will not solve the problem. So the only thing is just to do that I am alive. Immediately you do it and send to them, it will be verified and they will go back. Why the essence of queuing in your account details is to enable them know where they stopped paying you, so that they will pay you the accrued pension.
All right. For those listening to us, you've gotten an added information, and that is what Investigative Tidbits is all about. I would also want to ask, what was the specific allegation that this complainant made in his letter? It wasn't outrightly stated, but what was that specific allegation that he made? And also, while you were talking, I was going to ask, is there a way the PITAD has, is there a way they disseminate this information so that so many people, especially the retirees or the pensioners, would know and to keep them updated? Because just as you said, your aunt falls in this category. So is there a way they do this, and what can be done to help people in this situation, before you answer the question of the specific allegation?
Okay, yes. What you need to know is that these pensioners have more information than we do.
Oh, okay.
You understand?
Okay.
But where my worry lies is that most of them live in the hinterland. And most of them may not have access to internet facility. Even some of them, the phones they carry cannot even do it. It needs a smart Android phone for you to do the I'm alive. So that it has been a challenge. So I know that PITAD, when it has passed the information to them, it is all over, even in the sub-treasuries. The information is there. When anyone that has one issue or the other, the desk officers are there. Even the PFAs will educate them more on that, and some of them will assist them to even do that I am alive
process. Okay, thank you
so
much, sir.
Yes.
So what was the specific allegation from this Malam SY?
The specific allegation he raised was that he is not receiving his federal share of his pension.
Okay.
As somebody who worked with the federal agency, he's entitled to his federal share. So that was the allegation he raised.
So what steps did the commission take to investigate and address this issue?
Yes. The commission wrote PITAD. And PITAD said he has not done that I'm alive verification. So we now ask the complainant to go to any business center, tell them you want to verify yourself. Okay. Exactly. So that was why they did this. That was why the complainant did the I'm alive, and everything was restored.
All right. Okay. So we did the commission at any point face any challenge during this process of investigation?
Not at all. The issue is just a straightforward issue. There is nothing like a challenge, because the agency, PITAD, already, we have been interfacing with them. If they want to carry out one seminar, even pension commission or the other, they always invite the commission to train and retrain the commission on innovations or new idea with respect to pension administration.
Okay, so how does this case actually illustrate the commission's role in protecting the citizens' rights and ensuring accountability in government institutions?
Yes, the commission play a very important role, more especially in ensuring that the government institutions or their workers or officials do their work effectively.
Amazing.
Do their work effectively, because when the commission intervene in one, they will know that the commission will also come up with another issue where they are not doing well. And it will not speak well of the PFA or the agency that this type of issue continue to repeat itself. It shows that they don't know what they are doing, and every organization will like to be performing above board. So it brings improvement, sanity in the process, because when once somebody is somewhere watching what you are doing, you will tend to be very, very careful.
Very careful, yes.
To avoid criticism,
exactly,
or something that will bring a kind of
penalty or so.
No, that may damage the image of the organization. You know, these PFAs, they are private organizations that were licensed to do what? To handle pension issue. They are credible organizations, and they are supervised by the Pension Commission. So they will not like their license to be withdrawn. And more especially for the Public Complaints Commission to come up with accusation, verified accusation, that you did not do this, you did not do when you are supposed to do this. You know, it's a great indictment that will make them to sit up, and definitely whoever it is may face the wrath of the organization. You understand? So everybody will be on his toes to do the right thing.
To do the right thing, because the Public Complaints Commission would be involved. Yes, and we know the cases are not the same. This is not the same with the last case. So finally, what lesson can be learned from this particular case, and how can citizens or people in similar case be addressed in the future?
Yes, the complainants, the pensioners, need to visit their PFA from time to time to get information. If there is any innovation in the process, they can be able to, queue in. Because one thing I want you to note is that when this PITAD transition arrangement is just to push everybody into the contributory pension. So definitely there will be challenges. Are you understanding me? And they will like to come up with ideas or ideas to overcome those challenges. And in the process, they may come out with one form or the other, one verification pattern or the other, one thing or the other, just to make sure pensioners' money are properly secured. So as soon as you are a pensioner, you are still alive, you need to be visiting the sub-treasury. Is there any information? From time to time, there are some information your co-pensioner may give to you. Have you heard about this? This is what is going on. Make sure you queue in, because if you don't do that, they may stop your pension. And the essence of stopping it is to make sure you fulfill that very stage. The essence of doing these things is just to secure the funds.
Exactly.
And nothing more.
Exactly.
Until we move fully into the new pension scheme. This PITAD may be scrapped. But I believe they are doing marvelous work. Okay. They are doing marvelous work, yes.
All right. So thank you so much. Because of our time, this would be, we have tackled the last case for today. All right. Hope you have all found this very, very insightful and informative. The work of the Public Complaints Commission is crucial in ensuring justice and fairness for everyone, and your engagement is a vital part of this process. If you have any feedback or you have any experience like this or any suggestions for the future, please do not hesitate to reach out to us on all our social media platforms. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Ombudsman Radio Nigeria. On X at Ombudsman, at Public Complaints Commission Ombudsman Radio Nigeria. You can also reach us on WhatsApp on 0707 331 4504. I'll say that again, 0707 331 4504, or download Ombudsman app from Play Store. You can as well listen to us using Zeno FM by searching for Ombudsman Radio Abuja. Join us next week as we dive into more intriguing cases and we continue on this our journey for the heart of justice. I remain your host, Miracle Obi. It's been a pleasure having you, Mr. Okoro Anicho.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
All right, so you've been listening to Investigative Tidbits on Ombudsman Radio. Stay tuned for more interesting and engaging programs. Until next time, stay informed.